Alright, what's up? Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Shangye. This is a Chinese Aphelios one trick. I've done the highlight video on him before and we're gonna watch one of his stream games here. So I will see you guys once he pops into the game. He's gonna watch some pro play here apparently. But yeah, I'll see you guys once he's in the rift, yeah. Alright, so we are in the game. My guy is legit watching an Aphelios montage. Pro play Aphelios montage. So I like it. So yeah, it seems like he's thinking about what to get here, and he decides to go for 3 potions with a long sword. I'm gonna fiddle with his settings, I suppose. And we are running a Aphelios with cleanse and fleet footwork versus, or together with the Soraka here. And I'm not 100% sure who we are versing. This is a live stream, so difficult to pause. However, there is a Yuumi on the enemy team. That is for sure. Probably some kind of aggressive, pick, given the fact that he has been running pretty defensive runes. And also going for a lot of defensive value, right? So we will see. So I've taken a couple of notes on Aphelios, okay? So number 1 is you first want to get rid of your red gun to get the order of guns right. The order seems to be pretty set in stone. And you pretty much want to use your blue auto attacks whenever you need them. But try to get rid of your red gun first, right? So that is kind of the goal, is your and the difficulty as well is that your range Q, obviously you become a little bit of a mini Caitlyn, which is super omega good. I don't need to tell you. Shaco is ganking, so we are playing this a little bit more conservative, but you see that he is also not going to be super safe, as he does want to pull this one out, as barely he will not take down the Shaco here. Hits level 2 on that one, and he's going to chase down the Shaco. One more auto attack would have been necessary here, as he could have flashed on that one if he still had it, but he had to use Flash Cleanse to get out the Shaco box. And we are going to sustain our way up here quite a bit, given the fact that we have a Soraka, we have potions, and we have the fleet footwork. And again, you want to get rid of your red Q first, as far as I remember, which means that he should have his blue gun pretty much sheathed now, just to be able to get rid of the red gun, right? So we're gonna see how exactly he plays this. I would expect him to use the Q here, right, to get rid of 10 ammo. And then here, I want to see whether or not he's going to use the... I don't think he... So technically, from what I've learned, he shouldn't use the blue gun anymore, as he only has 1 ammo left on the blue gun. This is a little bit of a minor detail here, but we are going to be... Yeah, we have the 8 ammo on the red gun. So again, gun order is very important. We are going to get ourselves the red gun. Get rid of the red gun here, right? Yeah. He's switching. And right now, this is one of the biggest power spikes for Aphelios whenever you are about to switch weapons, especially red gun. If you have a little bit of ammo left. Now here we have Gravitum. And we have green gun. So now the rule is going to be get rid of your old gun. Your oldest gun. For the gun order. Which means he can obviously get rid of the blue gun here, right? And here he's going to try to set up for a root, but he won't get it. Now here he's using the root to try to take down the Sivir, but will not get her. However, he does set her up for a kill here for the Aphelios. Soraka is going to flash out on time, which is very good. As Aphelios hasn't managed to take down the Sivir yet, which is pretty unfortunate, obviously, for him. Yeah, he tried his best to set that up, as we are going for a kill here on to the Oh, onto the Rammus. Rammus will get out of there, as Aphelios hasn't been able to pick up any money, any kills here from this, and that is super bad, as the Lissandra will find him on a bit of a late roam, but she will find him. He has very good pick, he has a lot of gold, so he has generally very good items already. And we are going to go for... Yes, of course. And we will go for boots. And of course, move our way towards the Gale Force here, apparently. So yeah, super important part here is how he's playing the guns. This is always something that you want to look out for on Aphelios. And as far as I understand, and I want to point out that I'm not the most knowledgeable Aphelios player, but as far as I understand, I've taken some notes here on how to apparently play him. Done a little bit of research. So the idea seems to be couple of things, right? So number one, you want to get rid of your red gun first in the super early game, right? That's going to be that. Then now we have Chakram, which is super strong, obviously, as you can see. Barely don't pick up the kill here. Obviously, Flash was used earlier. Now we have Chakram and Red, which is one of the strongest. But here, again, you want to get rid of Red first, and then you have the perfect order for the rest of the game. As long as you get rid of the oldest gun. So the gun order is pretty solved. And the idea is you want to get rid of Red here. It's not the most useful to... I mean, you have to play around your gun's strength during the ammo. But then once you get to low ammo, you have to make sure that you get rid of red gun, for example, first. Generally, you're going to want to use your ability very sparingly during red-white gun, because this is your first big power spike. So you see him use his Q here to stack up the chakrams. And so he is ready for a potential fight, which is going to break out now. His positioning, though, not necessarily ready to take that fight. And again, he wants to get rid of the red gun first, which he will do as well here. And yeah, uses the Q again. Now he gets rid of the red gun. We'll place the Chakram Q here. Will do a lot of damage to the Yuumi. Generally does super big damage and barely will not be able to tag the Sivir here with this long range green gun. So I'm going to try to... so Chakram is the white gun, right? Okay, so we have a Shaco gank here. Shaco will send his clone in. Very good job by the Shaco here, as the enemy team will stay alive. And the counter gank was super strong in that one. As now we have Gravitum and the long range Q. This is the least all-in-y type combo. And this is something that you have to understand, as Aphelios changes modes dependent on the weapons. Which means in this one, he is in catch mode. Right now, he is in catch and initiation mode. Whereas with red and white, for example, he is in machine gun 200 years mode. So now the order is going to be very simple. The gun that you got first, you are going to get rid of. So the idea is you get rid of red gun first, then you go through the gun rotation until you get red-white. Then you get rid of red again, and then you are golden. Okay? And then you just get rid of the oldest gun. That's kind of the way that you're supposed to play the gun rotation, as far as I understand. Couple of tricks. If you're below 10 ammo, you can use Q to consume and tag with the next gun ammo. So this works especially here for the Gravitum, right? For the, which we just had. The red gun into Gravitum switch, which is going to allow you to root a target while running them down. And that is the strongest that Aphelios gets in the early game. Wasn't really able to use that power spike there because of how everything played out, but that is something. Now here, you will see him probably use his Q. Yeah, so he uses his Gravitum Q probably quite a bit on the wave, as you do want to get rid of Gravitum reasonably quickly. But again, it's important that you don't mess up the orders, so you get rid of the gun that you got first, which in this case is the green gun. And then you get rid of Gravitum. But you do want to get rid of Gravitum reasonably fast. We are switching into Infernum here. Infernum now the area of effect gun. This gun is super strong. For close range roots, you can root 5 people. And if you miss, you can potentially whatever. So the thing is, yeah, exactly here. So you see that you have incredible, you have incredible wave clear. And now the gun that we got was the Gravitum. So we are going to grab the Gravitum Q a couple of times onto the minions, maybe. Definitely onto the enemy champion. And we will do quite a bit of work pushing in waves right now because we have the Infernum. But need to be careful here not to make any big mistakes. Are going to move in here. The ultimate comes out as Infernum ultimate. Obviously not the craziest versus a single target, as we are going to run down the Sivir who has traded herself. We are using the flash here to take her down though, so that is rather unfortunate. And we are going to deal some damage to the plates here. Again, the item is available. You will see him probably use the... Yeah, okay, so he did get rid of the Gravitum now. Now he has the perfect gun order, as we have previously established, which makes all guns pretty much flow into each other in different kind of modes, but still just overlap very beautifully, as he did get the white-red combo now, and he's going to move very close to the turret in order to get the chakrams to stack up. Chakrams give you bonus damage. The more chakrams you have around yourself, the chakram auto attacks, they will float back to you. Chakram ultimate can stack that up quickly as well. And also, obviously chakram together with your Q is super good, your red Q, because you will attack very quickly, thus stacking up the chakrams. As each gun stacks up the passive of other guns as well, which the passive of the chakram is what I previously told you, right? The increased damage and the chakrams. So you basically, you start out the fight stacking yourself up with red Q and white ultimate. Then you have a lot of chakrams, and then you just move into the enemy team with that chakram, with those chakrams. Again, we want to get rid of the red gun here first, then get rid of the chakram. And we are going to hit one of the weakest gun combos in a second here, as green and chakram is, yeah, considerably one of the weaker ones. It is pretty nice. You can obviously stack up your chakrams from super long way ago, and you can deal massive amounts of damage, but it all depends on who you're facing off against and how the team fight's going. This is what makes Aphelios so super difficult, right? And be mindful of the ammo that you have, right? If you have a little bit of ammo, don't just spend it, because on one ammo, you can still use your Q of that gun color. Then you can basically get in three Qs of the same gun. So here now, as you can see, we're getting rid of chakram, because we have gotten the red gun. This is, yeah, very simple, as we're going for a fadeaway Q here. And yeah, so the green Q, the green gun Q, Calibrum, I believe it is. The green gun Q is going to give you a lot of single target damage, right? Where your Infernum not the green gun ultimate, where your Infernum ultimate is probably the strongest ultimate when it comes to team fights and people being grouped up. So yeah, it is important that you kind of get a hang of how each gun synergizes with the rest. And I can obviously, reviewing this and so on, I can only do so much. I've spent like 1 hour now trying to figure out how Aphelios works, just so I can cast the game and kind of give you a decent rundown of the character. As yeah, I mean, there's most champions I at this point have figured out and have done the research on, but Aphelios was one of those that I've never done. So right now we have a Gravitum and Infernum. This is a really good combo, but it is a little bit supportive. So we're gonna quit out real quick. I think he's struggling with FPS here a little bit. Yeah. We'll have to set some settings. We're waiting for them to apply. Hoping that the graphic settings will apply in a second. And once they're applied, yeah, we are jumping back into the game. Okay. So here he goes again. Now he's going to get some anti-heal here, which I find very interesting as there's not a lot of targets except the one target that Yumi is on. But apparently that is enough to justify it, as his team is not looking like they're in the best place here. We have picked up the Gale Force here for ourselves, which is super good, especially with Infernum Q. Aggressive Infernum. Aggressive Gale Force into the enemy team. Infernum Q, Infernum Gravidum Q combo. So both. You will be able to root all of them, deal very good amounts of damage. Throw an ultimate on that. That is a lot of kind of one-shot burst area of effect damage. Then after that, you are, falling down pretty heavily in the fight. You have to treat the Infernum like the Misfortune Qs, right? So Infernum pretty much works like that, where you want to deal some area of effect damage here to the enemy team. Beautifully planned engage here, as the ultimate will come out and we are not going to be able to pick up any kill from this, as Lissandra is going to flash ult on top of us. The Shaco hiding, very, very well coordinated that. Very rough situation to be in, obviously, for an Aphelios, as I would be interested in what his item is going to be. Maybe it's going to be a Bloodthirster here. You do want a little bit more attack speed, but a Bloodthirster into an Infinity Edge would give you great survivability. So we are going for the Cloak. Could obviously also go for the Infinity Edge, but you're just not going to have the massive amount of staying power. We have Red Gun coming up pretty soon, which means that announces also the Red Gun White Gun combo very soon. So that is something that we want to fight around and something that we constantly want to think about. Nice try by the Viego to try and outplay that, but fortunately he will not be able to, as the Yumi just a little bit strong. Alright, so what is our win condition here? Obviously on Aphelios it's always just scaling up, getting good items, as you are quite the force to be reckoned with once you get to those full items. Little bit like a Jinx that can force a reset in a team fight, like force one of her passives. So very difficult to contain by the enemy team potentially. But also you have to get to that point. And right now it's looking very difficult. Sivir is able to move the team away from you with her ultimate, is able to zone you out with her Q. Generally very, very strong. AD carry as well. And we are going to switch into the red-white combo now. So this is where he could be looking for a couple of fights. Problem is, I mean, it's the Chinese super server. There's always going to be fighting, as he will attack down the Shaco, but it will go down himself. That is, again, 2 people traded for 1, which is not necessarily what we want. We're going to sell, and we will go for the Infinity Edge. This locks it in. He is picking up a pickaxe here, which means that he is going to go for the Infinity Edge. And that, obviously, the Crit Cloak is really good because it works into Zeal items, it works into the Bloodthirster and the Infinity Edge. So that's probably the best. You haven't decided what you want to buy item yet. As now we'll find a beautiful engage here. And yeah, the enemy team just plays their game without you, pretty much. I mean, this can happen as an AD carry. Oftentimes it can just be very rough, especially if you are facing off against someone who's this fed. Like the Sivir, he is keeping up in farm very, very well. Matter of fact, he has the best farm out of all of them here. With all the chaos that has been going on, that is a very good value here. He's using the white gun to be able to grab some extra gold for himself, stacking that one up. And I think, yeah, he is going to make the call not to contest the dragon. Again, we are at our strongest once we get Infinity Edge. Infinity Edge scales incredibly well on Aphelios, so we are waiting for that to happen. Once Melio comes out, it's going to be very rough. We see him position here aggressively for a fight. He's going in for the Sivir. He's going to pick her up as well. Important about this one is he is obviously taking on the ultimate, and he's taking this fight in order to kind of use his guns get some value out of this combo, because he won't have this combo for time being. And in this case, he's going to get a little bit of gold out of it. And he placed the Gravitum Q to start stacking up some damage, and then ended up fighting inside of it. And with the ultimate and the red gun, you see how much bonus damage he did there. He absolutely destroyed the Sivir through all of her healing. That is exactly the point that you want to be at. And here, he basically kind of made this like, okay, I'm the strongest I can be. I'm going to trade myself for Sivir at least, get a shutdown. And then now I will have to go back to a little bit more careful team fighting. So we are going to want to get rid of the... Yeah, we want to get rid of the red gun first, of course, as beautifully he does pick up a kill onto the Shaco. And that one will also go down. Sivir's going to spell shield the Q. And we have Infernidum. Infernidum. Okay, dude. We have Infernum. And I think it's Gravitum. No. Yes? I don't know the gun names, dude. I'm sorry. But yeah, he has Infernum, which is a pretty good team fighting tool. The ultimate is very strong with it, but he doesn't have the same amount of single target damage. He does have a good amount of money, so he could go back now, but he's going to hover around in case of his team fighting. But now I would expect him to just leave, go back, and get some more money. Maybe he's gonna grab some farm here. Yeah, probably he's gonna grab some farm because he wants to hit some other item spike. I'm not going to bet on what it is going to be because I just don't know the champion and the decision making enough. But obviously the Infinity Edge has been long achieved, so what he seems to be looking for here is another item. Yeah, the Infernum Q to see if he can tag multiple people. If he can tag multiple there, obviously he can do a lot of harm. Gravitum now available to him as we are going to go for another cloak here. Again, who the hell knows what this is going to be. Could be the anti-heal item fully completed, right? To the Executioner... Executioner? No, I don't... I don't know. I don't know the name. I don't... Whatever. But could also be something like a Phantom Dancer. Could be something like a Bloodthirster. There's a lot of options, and generally Aphelios does need a little bit of attack speed. So we could see that coming. Again, we are running red gun now, which means we want to get rid of the Gravitum, and then we have the combo that we're looking for. I wouldn't be surprised if he was going to throw out his Gravitum here onto minions just to get it out of the system, the ammo. So far he isn't using it. Kind of looking for it. No, he's getting rid of more red gun ammo than anything else, but now he has the red gun white gun combo. This is the strongest for single target damage, and we are going to stack it up on the tower here a little bit. Use the Q. Now there's a lot of enemy defensive units in front of him, so it's going to be difficult to just run there. But yeah, he's going to look for the flanking position here, and he is stacking up the Gravitums. The longer this fight goes, the stronger he gets. He will run down the Sivir here and will catch her out, and that is exactly the problem with something like Gravitum, where he just stacks it up and now he just does so much bonus damage here. It is absolutely incredible, and he will win this game. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. I hope I was able to at least give you a hint of the Aphelios and how to play him. Yeah, so last thing, red white into green gun is a big power spike apparently, as well, as you can stack up the Gravitums and deal quite a bit of damage with your green gun. And I think I've taught you at least the basic rotations for him, and all of my notes are done. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one, and stay awesome.